Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today let's take a look at how to install those downspouts and gutters from Home Depot or Lowe's. This is a really easy project, a great Saturday project for the DIY. And you can hang these gutters. I'll show you exactly everything that needs to be done to make this right. We used to install gutters years ago, but the underground portion of the business, the drain portion, became so prominent that we kind of giving up the gutters. So we sold the gutter machine and all those things out. But we still install small sections of gutter. This is from the Lowe's and Home Depot. This is 5-inch gutter, K-style, if you know what that means. It's like a K. It's hard to see that. It's like a letter K. But this is all this stuff's available at Lowe's and Home Depot. And for a small project here, like I think I've got 12.5 feet, so we've got 10 feet. We're gonna have to put a little seam in there. I'll show you how we do that. Cut the drop, put the downspout on it. We're gonna put it into a rain barrel as well. So kind of cool. We're gonna do a lot of things here in this little video. Take a look. So here's everything that you need to put up gutters, basically. Let's start with a good hacksaw and just a nice good blade. You need some little zip screws. They're called zip screws. You need a 1/4 inch bit driver. And of course you need your handy dandy drill. That always helps. And then you need some gutter sealer, and I really like the OSI. It works really good. You need a petty drop. You're gonna need some downspout straps. And these are the gutter hangers. They're called hidden hangers. I'll show you how those go on in just a few minutes. You need some tin snips. Of course, you need the K-style gutter. That's 5-inch gutter. And you're gonna need a left and right end cap. And it's nice if you have a crimper, but if you don't have a crimper, you can actually use vice grips to crimp this onto the end of the gutter. And of course you want to seal that as well. And I've put this on there many times like that. They do not come off. They work really good. So there's all the basics of all the parts for hanging gutter. So the first thing that I need to do here is snip this flashing just a little bit, because we're going to put the gutter all the way across this section. And so we need to have some room for that gutter to sit there. So basically, the gutter is going to slide behind this flashing. So we got to do it on both sides. So we got to move the ladder over to the other end. So our gutter is actually going to extend a little bit beyond the end of that shingle. So we need to snip this flashing off a little bit, because it's going to sit behind there. We'll do a couple cuts here. Hopefully you can see this. I'm just going to bend it up out of the way, but our gutter is going to sit back here underneath of this and against the trim board here. And if you've got a roof that's like this one, it's just overhanging about 2 inches. So we've got the flashing up here, but the gutter is going to stick behind this flashing, and then we'll secure that to the rafters of this roof. So I've got 2 pieces of gutter I got from Lowe's. They're 10-foot sections. Remember, it's 5-inch K-style. That's what we're installing. So I measured the length of the roof that we need to put the gutter on. It's 13 feet. We need 13 feet to extend all the way across. So we need to join 2 pieces of gutter together. So basically, I'm going to measure off. We've got a 10-foot section on this side. We need 3 feet. So we'll make that mark. And this is cool because you don't have to be exact on this. I'll show you. Make that mark, transfer it. Looking good. Then I'm just going to use my hacksaw like We're going to make it like a back saw, if you know what that is. That means it cuts backwards, the blades. We just want to start it, get a little cut in there. Now we can cut this gutter. So there you have a really good cut and a nice seam. Now we're going to join this piece with the 10-foot section. So what I want to do next is just go ahead and measure out 6 inches. And I'm marking inside the gutter. You probably can't see that, but there's a mark in there. And it's kind of like shingles on the roof. We want to overlap about 5 inches. So I'm making it 6 inches. And we're just going to basically overlap that. And if you notice, this K-style, we can just wrap it. Let me get it right to that spot. We can just snap it over. And it actually makes a really nice, very nice seam right there. We'll go ahead and put some screws in here and seal it, and it's ready to go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put some caulking down through this seam of the end cap. And that'll really make it nice and watertight. Make it good and secure. Now with your vice grips, we're just going to kink it. We're going to crimp it. If you happen to have crimpers, great, but if you don't, these vice grips work really good. We want to do 2 crimps on each side of this end plate. That is on there very secure, and as that OSI sealer sets up, it'll never come off of there. So let's do the other end. So the same thing on the other end. Put your sealer down inside of this crevice, and then we'll stick it onto the end of the gutter. We'll use our vice grips to crimp it, and we're all set. There we go. Let's go ahead and crimp that. Let's make a tighter crimp. There we go. So we're all set. Now we can go up and first we'll put our hidden hangers on there. And these are pretty cool. These came out about, I don't know what, 12 years ago, 15 years ago. And they make it so that you can't see any nails in the front of the gutter. You used to be able to see the nails here in the front. But hidden hangers, they hide that. They clip in here, clip onto the back side. And, whoops, and you can't see any hangers on the gutter. It's pretty cool. So let's take this gutter up on the roof, and remember now we've got a 13-foot section of continuous gutter. We're going to go ahead and slide this up under the flashing. That takes a little bit of time to get it set. Once we get that snapped underneath of there, we'll go ahead and put one of the hidden hangers in here just to hold it in place. So now we've got a nice drop. We're ready to go ahead and put our downspout on. We'll put a couple of screws in here and put some sealer around the outside as well. So there we go. Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we're going to put up some gutter guard. And we did the gutters yesterday, bringing that down to a rain barrel. So we need to protect the gutter so no debris drops down into our rain barrel. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's hot out here. But real simple to put those screens up on the gutter, and that keeps the debris out of there. But remember that no matter what type of guard you put onto that gutter, you're probably still going to have to come up here and clean off the guard eventually. But let me show you something that never needs to be cleaned. These gutter guards, they allow that water from the roof. Remember, this slides under the shingle just like we did with the regular gutter guard. Okay, it slides under the shingle, comes down, it snaps onto the lip of the gutter, and it doesn't seem like it would because it's just got those little slots right here to let water come into the gutter. But water comes down from the shingle off of your roof, comes down and just rolls around, and it goes into these holes right down here. The way it's secured is you need to put 3 set screws, 1, 2, and 3 at the other end. This one really snaps on tight. This one's very tight fit, but this one makes all the debris come down and just go right off of the roof onto the ground. The water comes down and around. Works really, really good. So here's our completed project, and you can see it came out really nice. Easy to do. This is a great DIY Saturday morning. You can knock this out, and I promise you that you'll be very satisfied with your work. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.